Okay, no. Being flexible and mobile will not be as effective as performance-enhancing drugs in the short term. But I discourage PED use in general. So it must be stressed that for the long term, focusing on flexibility and mobility will help keep you young forever.
You know, stretching is so important. For example, because of my big legs and karate, I can do the splits no problem. Back and forth, back and forth. That's good.
As a flexibility and mobility specialist, and someone who has personally reaped the benefits of focusing in on these practices, I really want to get the ball rolling on just how important they are. So let's break this video down into the what, the why, and the how. So first, the what.
What?
Flexibility involves the muscle's ability to passively lengthen and stretch. Whereas mobility involves the joint's ability to actively move through a full range of motion. These practices go very well together. Moving on now to the why.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Which is the juiciest of the questions. Tight muscles are compromised muscles. Participating in regular flexibility and mobility practices counters this.
Ooh, it feels good.
I can do that, but I don't wanna.
The entire body is connected. For example, pain in your lower back could be alleviated by opening up your glute medius muscle, which is precisely what stretching practices accomplishes, opening up and lengthening the tissues. Stretching for both flexibility and mobility purposes increases blood flow to the muscles, which in turn decreases stiffness and aids in recovery. This of course can help decrease overall muscle tension and stress, contributing to your overall abilities and performance with any given workout. One of my favorite benefits of proper, regular flexibility and mobility protocols is that it can dramatically decrease our risk of injury, which is not a point to be taken lightly. If we are injured, we cannot train. And if we cannot train, then we cannot gain. And since we humans are significantly stronger in the eccentric phase, or the stretching portion of any given lift, having proper flexibility and mobility can assist with growing and strengthening the muscles. Muscle length is an important component to muscle size. And lastly, the how.
Tell me how!
There are several different versions of stretching, including static stretching, active stretching, dynamic stretching, and self-myofascial release. So how do we use these? Static stretching is perhaps the most well-known means of stretching and involves holding a stretch for a prolonged period of time, typically in a 30 to 60 second time span. This type of stretching is best performed at the end of a workout while the muscles are warm and fatigued. This relaxes the muscles as well as assists the body in delivering fresh blood and nutrients to those muscles. I also recommend static stretching before bed because again, it relaxes the muscles, thus relaxing the body and preparing it for a nice slumber. But I do not recommend static stretching cold muscles. Cold muscles are limited in their flexibility, making them more injury prone. Active stretching works very well pre-workout and can even be used as a precursor to static stretching. For this, you hold the stretch for 2 to 5 seconds and rep it out from there. For example, instead of holding a toe touch for 30 seconds or longer as with a static stretch, you would instead touch your toes for a few seconds and then release before returning to the stretch. Again, active stretching is ideal before your workout. I typically recommend focusing in on the areas that are going to be most active in your workout and performing the stretches until your body feels loose, warm, and limber. Active stretching works very well in conjunction with dynamic stretching, which more or less involves moving the body.
Hello, stretch. Ryan, you want to stretch?
I'll stretch before I can.
Okay.
Shoulder swings, leg swings, and trunk twists are all examples of dynamic stretches. And technically, even push-ups are a dynamic stretch. Lastly, we're talking about self-myofascial release, or SMR. This practice involves a foam roller or other objects that can apply pressure to the muscles. SMR basically allows you to give yourself a massage. Sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? We all know that massage is beneficial, but why?
How does that feel, baby?
Lower.
How does that feel, baby?
Well, applying pressure to the muscles tells them to relax. Like the other forms of stretching, SMR improves circulation and reduces muscle soreness. It's also a great way to destroy those pesky muscle knots.
That is terrifying, but awesome.
Two final pieces of advice. First, resistance bands, bars, and sticks are a great way to advance certain stretches. And second, just like with all aspects of fitness, progressive overload is key to stretching. Like, don't jump right into skinning the cat, for example. Work with your body and progress gradually. So if I haven't convinced you of the joys of flexibility and mobility protocols yet, then I honestly don't even know what else to say. Other than that, I firmly believe that focusing in on these ideas has helped me take my physique, my performance, and my health to the next level. I consistently feel ready for action in and out of the gym with little to no bodily limitations. And it feels really freaking good. But either way, dear viewer, I truly hope that you take this advice to heart. Leave any questions or thoughts down in the comment section below. I'd also love to have you as a part of my little community. So please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Oh, and like the video if you liked it. Thanks for watching. Wishing you all health and happiness.